Hey guys, in this video what I want to talk about is the success rate in the fitness industry and what you can do about it to be one of the ones that can survive. Now when I first started out, I was in a big box gym and we had 40 to 50 odd trainers, and what happened is every couple of months new trainers would come on board. They'd have a shot at making it work, and then they'd just get churned out and that would just come and go. And that's essentially what happens in the fitness industry. There's this churn rate of new trainers coming on board, not surviving, and then leaving the industry. Now, there's two reasons why most trainers end up leaving the industry. They run out of time or they run out of money. So in this video here, what I want to talk about is how do we make sure that we can survive in the industry by utilizing our time well? So the first thing that we're going to do if we want to utilize our time is know where our time goes. So if you want one of our tracking sheets on how we actually track time and measure this, just let me know in the comments and I'll send that through. But the first thing we do is we've got to track our time every half an hour for 7 days. Then what we have a look at is we block it into different categories. So whether it was we spent 3 hours in the morning where we're doing outreach, having conversations with prospects, sales calls, looking after our clients, anything along those lines, putting in emails, sending out marketing that way. If we were doing things like spend time on YouTube researching and learning, then that would be another block. And then if we have things like surfing Facebook and Instagram and liking other people's posts, another thing, working out, hanging out with friends, if we were watching Netflix, TV, playing PlayStation, it doesn't really matter what it is, but we track that in an honest way in the form so we can kind of firstly identify where our time is going. Then what we do is we categorize that into places like which one of these with our time usage is actually going to make us better in our business or help propel our business forward versus either stay the same or make it worse. Now, how do we make it worse? Is instead of doing the work, we're doing things like going out and drinking with our friends. So the next day we sleep in, and therefore we don't do any outreach, we don't do any sales calls. Even if we stay up late watching movies and eating ice cream, then potentially we didn't go to bed on time, and we weren't as clear in the morning, and our sales calls or whatever weren't as good. So there are things that will be negative to our business. The things that are just neutral, so research and stuff, playing the long game, that sort of stuff is just somewhat neutral. And then we've got all the things that are actually pushing our business forward, like having sales calls with our prospects, looking after our existing clients, those types of things. So once we've categorized those things, then we can make sure that we can sort of lower the amount of time that we spend with firstly the negative stuff that's making us worse, also minimizing our time with the things that are only making us stay the same, and spending more of that time on the things that are actually making our business grow, making our business succeed. So there's two things that you'll notice when you start tracking these things here. Is firstly, there'll be missing time. So over 24 hours, obviously you can just put in sleep. Let's say you sleep for 7 hours, you spent an hour in the morning doing whatever it is that you do, then you did your other things. But the key is there'll be 2 to 4 hours each day that you're just missing. You have no idea where that's gone. So by knowing that is okay, well, here's 4 hours of time that we can look at and go, here, I'm going to move this into this category. Okay, so I'm spending 12 hours a week on Netflix. I'm going to move this over here. So we can actually start pushing some of the time and utilizing that time and growing our business. Because the number one thing that I see, one of the things that I see often is people, it's one of the excuses all the time, I haven't had enough time to do. As soon as we say that, it goes, okay, well, let's track that, figure out what's true, what's not true, because we can only fix the things that are true. If somebody is actually busy and doesn't have enough time, that's okay. But firstly, we've got to identify, is that a fair statement? Is it a true statement? And can we do something about it? So the first thing we do is track it. Then we move it into the spreadsheet there where we actually have a look and go, okay, this is where I'm wasting a lot of time. And then we can move that into the things that are going to help grow our business forward, into our sales or marketing or whatever it is that we're doing towards that. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you're one of these people that sort of get caught up and overwhelmed with too many things to do, the first thing that you should do is start tracking it. See what's important, see what's not important, see what you can cut. And then when you get better at that, you can go, okay, well, out of these things that I'm doing here, which ones can I eliminate? We can eliminate a few of them, and then we can go, okay, well, out of these things here, what ones can I delegate? And there's certain things we can delegate. And that's a really good way of filtering out what we do and actually helping us move our business forward. So hopefully that was helpful. And if you want the spreadsheet, let me know and I'll send that through.